In this video we're going to do a FIFA 18 experiment on Crystal Palace, a team that is currently 20th in the Premier League in real life and really struggling to survive right now after a poor start to the season. And looking at the squad they have now in FIFA, it doesn't look that great. So we're going to test the team out massively today. Can they get from League 2 back up to the Premier League without making any signings? And this will prove if their team is currently good enough for the Premier League, because if they can't even get to the Premier League, then it's obviously not good enough. And if they only just scrape up there, then they definitely need to make some more signings, otherwise they would definitely get relegated back again. So this will be an ultimate test for their team for the short term and the long term. Obviously things will change, the players will get better when they're young right now, and the players that are old may retire, but let's just see what happens and let's enjoy this awesome FIFA 18 experiment. So after season 1, we can see quite a few improvements in the sides, quite a few up arrows in the form, which means they've been playing quite well, but that is what you'd expect as they're in League 2. Zaha moved up by 2 ratings, he should be a great prospect for the future. Okay then, in the FA Cup, Chelsea beat Manchester United 2-1, but Crystal Palace aren't even in the round of 16, so a poor performance from them this season. And in the Carabao Cup, not great, they do lose to Preston in the round of 16, who are a championship team. So really, with a Premier League squad, you'd expect them to be able to beat Preston and get at least to the quarters. Then, in the Checker Trade Trophy, they're not even good enough to get to the final against League 1 and League 2 teams. Bristol Rovers and Charlton beat them to it. So in the top scorers then, Townsend was the top scorer for the team with 17, and Zaha close behind with 16. And the assists, Puncheon, he did quite well, got 7 assists, and that was it for the team there. And for clean sheets, Speroni, a really old keeper, got 21 clean sheets. So great year for him, and he's been playing very well all season. And they do end up winning the league, as you'd expect. They're in League 2 against worse teams, but they didn't perform very well in the Checker Trade Trophy, so, you know, anything can happen here. They ended up winning it by a massive margin of about, was it 17 points there, and that's just amazing. 20 goal difference ahead of Mansfield Town, who also came runners-up in 2nd place. So, in the next season, after Season 2, now they're in League 1, the FA Cup shows that Chelsea won it again 3-1 against Arsenal, and Crystal Palace lost to another championship team. This time it was Leeds. In the Carabao Cup then, you can see that Crystal Palace again aren't even in the round of 16 for another domestic cup. It's not looking good for them, is it? It's really not looking good. And they're not in a final for the Checker Trade Trophy. Walsall, they win that on penalties. Okay then, top scorers. Townsend again ahead of Zaha by 1 goal, and both of them are actually in the top 2 slots here, 1st and 2nd. Well done to those 2 players. And then in the assist, you got Townsend again ahead of Zaha, but it's done on alphabetical order, so 9 assists each. That's not bad really. And then Benteke down there with 7. Clean sheets wise then, Hennessy this time gets up there, 14 clean sheets for Hennessy, and that's it. Speroni must be getting a bit old now, he's starting to get towards 40, he's going to retire, and now Hennessy comes in his place to play more games and do better. This is the squad in League 1. Zaha gone up by 1 this time, not as much as before, but he's still 84 rated, still much higher than what you'd expect for League 1 standard. And another midfielder, Milojevic, or whatever, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but that guy, he's now 80 rated as well. But other players like Kabai and some of the older players are really struggling to keep a high rating and are actually deteriorating quite quickly. In the league, 100 points, amazing, 21 points ahead of Oxford United. They are champions of League 1, as you'd expect, into the Championship now, and that will be the real test. Can they do well in the Championship? And if they don't do well, then we know their squad isn't good enough for the Premier League and is only Championship standard. After the 3rd season, now they're in Championship, Arsenal now win the FA Cup. Chelsea actually end up getting to the quarters and losing, but Crystal Palace not even in the round 16. Once again, a pretty poor performance this season. And in the Carabao Cup, again, not even in the round of 16. What is going on? A terrible performance this season, and now they don't even get to they don't win the Championship playoffs. Now this isn't all hope lost here. We could end up seeing them win the championship or come second. Zaha, 17 goals, not bad. Crystal Palace then have Townsend, 15. This time finally below Zaha. He's finally been beaten by him. Well done, Zaha. In the assists, Crystal Palace have Zaha, 8 assists, and then that is it. Clean sheets, and you've only got Hennessy down there with 8, so overall, not great. With the league here, you can see they come 10th. So they come 10th in a season with a lot of teams in there that they could easily beat and do better than, and they've actually struggled. So it proves to us that in 3 years' time, if they don't make some serious major signings, Crystal Palace will probably not only be in the Championship, they will not be able to get promoted back up to the Premier League again. So it's a real test for them now. Can they get the right players, and can they have the right management to keep those players playing at their best, peak performance, and can they just seem to get something out there future seasons, and hopefully for the Crystal Palace fans, can they get some success? So this team here, it's the final team after 3 seasons, not looking too bad, but that is a team that they have. It's actually quite decent compared to Championship teams, so maybe it's just some bad management and maybe someone else can come in and make it better. But yeah, to conclude this experiment, Crystal Palace certainly need some better players to keep their squad up there competing in the Premier League, otherwise they will suffer miserably. They'll get relegated, they'll struggle in the Championship, and they won't go back up to the Premier League again, even with all the parachute payments, and also they'll miss out on the TV rights and television money that you get with the Premier League. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you will subscribe right now, you've enjoyed the video, you've left a like, and you will see me later in the next one.